if you're watching yourself, if you're visualizing like the injury healing, then this could definitely benefit you, and you'll feel that with this you'll be almost urging yourself to continue and motivate yourself to continue with rehabilitation. The second one is goal setting. So goal setting, obviously, I said before, you set yourself a goal and it's where you want to be with your rehab, and as long as it's reachable, it benefits you due to the fact that you have something that's pushing you and you're doing this. You have this goal to reach, and it's a personal goal that you go from a serious leg break and in 6 months you're back playing first team at the highest level possible. If you set that goal for yourself and it's definitely possible, then it's pushing you to go faster, to definitely be more thorough with rehabilitation. This leads me on to the first case study. This is Gordon Hayward, who plays for the Boston Celtics. He dislocated and broke his ankle. So here it is, and he falls and it goes underneath him and he snaps it. So he goes down and he injures himself, and through the different stages and everything, so his stages of healing, inflammation, instantly that's going to be inflamed, that's going to be huge, that's going to swell up. Then repair, he'll go through a massive repair stage. He's dislocated and broke his hip, he'll have to go into surgery. That'll almost do part remodelling for him, and that'll align it, that'll make sure that it heals properly. And then the repair stage will go through, and he's just come out of 2 months ago. So this happened on the first game day, and that was October, and he's just come out of the boot now. So in December, so it took him October, November, so 3 months to come out of the boot, and he'll have another 3 months. So he's halfway through. He'll be still in repair stage, and with remodelling, it will have to actually he'll be in the remodelling now, because he can put he's in the pool on the treadmill, so he doesn't put weight on it, but he's the bone and ligaments, they're all going through the remodelling stage. They've repaired, but they now need to remodel. Initially, you can see from when he's on the floor, you can see definitely, so he knows that it's happened, but he'll definitely be angry about this. Obviously, he's gone down first game of the season. That's about as bad as it gets, and he'll be angry. He'll be maybe bargaining, because obviously it wasn't his fault. He went up and someone knocked him and he fell backwards with his leg underneath him. He'll go into maybe the depression stage. It depends, because it doesn't actually it's not always the same for different people. So another person who got injured, I mentioned him earlier, James McCarthy, might skip denial, anger, bargaining and depression and just accept it straight away. That could also be what happens here, because later he gets pulled out on a stretcher. I don't think it's in this video, but he gets pulled out on the stretcher and he doesn't look like he's going to go through. He looks like he's accepted it, and instantly, from reports, he was instantly back in and he was accepting everything. Then 9 emotions, depression in the fact that he's gone from playing as an all-star of the NBA to he's going to be bedridden for a month. He's not going to be able to train with the team, and he's going to have to be in a boot for 3 months. Angry due to the fact that it's not really his fault and it's happened to him. Frustration, obviously. First game again. He's going to go through all of these. Loss of confidence. With a high-level athlete, they might not lose their confidence as much. So there's differences for everyone, but with some high-level athletes, they come back and they know they're going to be performing, because they'll come back, they'll train, and they'll think they're going to be better than ever. Lack of motivation. This obviously might not want to. it's ridiculous. He's gone through this injury straight away, first game, and he might not be motivated to come back. That's his season over. Everyone's saying that he won't be playing for the rest of the season. He won't make the playoffs. Fear that he might be career-ending. Denial that I could be back. They say it's 6 months that it will take me to come back. I could make it in 4. I could make it in 5. I could be out for the rest of the season. I want to make it back for a certain game. I want to make it back for the last 10 games of the season. And isolation, obviously, he won't be able to train with the team. He'll be, like I said earlier, he'll be in a rehab centre working on strength and stability of the joint. The next case study is Steph Curry with ligament damage in his ankle. This happens in a game against the Pelicans, where he goes out here. He steps on that and rolls his ankle severely. This has happened before, so he does have quite weak joint. He's got quite weak ligaments, and it's happened before. And he's had to have surgery. He's had surgery multiple times on his ankle, and with this, he might completely skip all of this. But instead, he might not get to acceptance straight away. He'll go through denial, anger, bargaining, depression. And then he has surgery and he won't be back for ages, so he'll go back into denial or whatever. So it's different for everyone. He might, with the 9 emotions, he might go through these, won't be anxious, won't have a loss of confidence, won't lack motivation. He'll come back straight away and he'll just have these 3 until he comes back, and then he's back and he's playing just at the same level that he was before. So with this injury from Steph Curry, initially I would say that he could definitely set a goal setting as it's a recurring injury. So instead of just imagery of him healing, because it's a recurring injury, it's more just setting yourself goals of coming back by this point, because you can't say, I won't ever get injured again, especially when it's recurring. It's much more likely. But he can set himself goals to be back in a certain time, to be performing at a certain level or that once he comes back, it's such a high level of increase of play for the team, or he benefits the team so much that it kind of cancels out when he's not playing. He could have that injury and he'll be back in a couple of weeks if it's not too serious. If it's a grade 2 or grade 3, that could be a series of months. And in that time, the team that he's on, the Golden State, they might be playing just perfectly without him, but he's their best player, the number 1 scoring option. And without him, they'll fall down in their or they don't really have a high level backup. They'll have to rely on their other players. Going back to Gordon Hayward, obviously, as this is the first time this has happened, personally, I would recommend that definitely imagery of him getting back into playing. He's on a track. He's back running in the pool, the anti-grav pool. So as long as he knows that he can do it and he's visualizing that he's making it back in a certain amount of time, he's making it back, he's playing at the same level and setting himself these goals, then he could definitely or as long as he's setting these goals, then that will speed up his recovery. It will definitely make it more bearable.